Artificial intelligence is rapidly transforming how companies find and select candidates. Algorithms sift through resumes, analyze video interviews, and even predict job performance. This technology promises to make hiring faster, cheaper, and arguably more objective. But this brave new world of automated hiring also presents profound ethical challenges. How can we ensure these powerful tools are used fairly and responsibly? This is a question we must grapple with urgently. Our enthusiasm for AI in hiring must be tempered with a healthy dose of caution. While the promise of efficiency and objectivity is alluring, the reality is often more complex and fraught with challenges. AI systems, after all, are only as unbiased as the data they are trained on. And this data often reflects the prejudices and inequalities present in our society. History is littered with examples of algorithms perpetuating and even amplifying existing biases. From early computer systems to modern-day applications, the issue remains persistent. These biases can manifest in various ways, from racial and gender discrimination to socio-economic and educational disparities. Amazon, for instance, scrapped its AI recruiting tool when it was discovered to be systematically discriminating against women. This tool, which was intended to streamline the hiring process, ended up reinforcing gender biases because it was trained on resumes submitted over a 10-year period, most of which came from men. The system, trained on data skewed towards male applicants, penalized resumes containing words like women's and downgraded graduates from all-female colleges. This example underscores the importance of scrutinizing the data used to train AI systems and ensuring it is representative and free from bias. Another concerning example is HireVue, a company using AI to analyze video interviews. The technology evaluates candidates based on their facial expressions, tone of voice, and even their choice of words, aiming to predict their potential job performance. Critics argue that factors like facial expressions, tone of voice, and even choice of words can be misinterpreted by algorithms, disadvantaging candidates from certain backgrounds or those with disabilities. For instance, someone with a speech impediment or a non-native accent might be unfairly judged by the AI, leading to biased hiring decisions. These real-world examples highlight the urgent need for ethical guidelines and robust oversight in AI-driven hiring. It is crucial for companies to implement transparent practices, regularly audit their AI systems, and involve diverse teams in the development and monitoring processes. Only then can we hope to harness the full potential of AI while minimizing its risks. At the heart of the ethical debate surrounding AI in hiring lie four fundamental principles: autonomy, beneficence, justice, and non-maleficence. These principles serve as the bedrock of ethical decision-making and guide us in evaluating the fairness and impact of AI technologies in the workplace. Autonomy, the respect for individual choice and agency, is challenged when decisions about our livelihoods are made by opaque algorithms. When an AI system makes a hiring decision, it often lacks transparency, leaving individuals uncertain about how their personal data was used and how the final decision was reached. This lack of clarity can undermine trust and erode the sense of personal agency that is crucial in the hiring process. Beneficence, the obligation to act in the best interests of others, is compromised when AI systems perpetuate bias and limit opportunities. AI algorithms, if not carefully designed and monitored, can inadvertently reinforce existing prejudices, leading to unfair treatment of certain groups. This can result in qualified candidates being overlooked simply because the AI system has learned biased patterns from historical data. Justice, the fair and equitable treatment of all individuals, is at stake when algorithms exacerbate existing inequalities. In a world where AI is increasingly used to make critical decisions, ensuring that these systems promote fairness and do not discriminate against any group is paramount. This requires ongoing vigilance and a commitment to regularly auditing and updating AI systems to prevent the entrenchment of bias. And non-maleficence, the duty to do no harm, is violated when AI-powered hiring practices result in discrimination and unfair disadvantage. When an AI system unfairly rejects a candidate, it can cause significant harm, not just to the individual but to the broader society by perpetuating inequality and reducing diversity in the workplace. Balancing these competing principles in the context of AI is a complex and ongoing challenge. It requires a multidisciplinary approach involving ethicists, technologists, and policymakers working together to create AI systems that are not only efficient but also fair and just. As we continue to integrate AI into our hiring processes, it is essential to remain vigilant and proactive in addressing these ethical concerns, ensuring that the technology serves to enhance, rather than undermine, our fundamental values. The ethical implications of AI in hiring extend far beyond the individual. Widespread use of biased algorithms threatens to exacerbate societal inequalities, creating a self-reinforcing cycle of disadvantage. Imagine a world where access to education, job opportunities, and even social mobility is increasingly determined by opaque and potentially discriminatory algorithms. Such a scenario would not only be deeply unfair, but it also risks undermining social cohesion and economic progress. Section 5, Building a Fairer Future. Solutions for ethical AI. Fortunately, there are concrete steps we can take to mitigate the ethical risks of AI in hiring. A crucial first step is to acknowledge that algorithms are not neutral arbiters of truth. They are products of human design reflecting the biases and assumptions of their creators and the data they're trained on. Therefore, we must prioritize fairness and equity from the outset, designing systems that are demonstrably free from bias and discrimination. Section 6, Transparency is key, shining a light on black boxes. One of the most significant challenges with AI is its lack of transparency. This issue is not just a technical problem, but also an ethical one. When we talk about transparency in AI, we are referring to the ability to understand and interpret how these systems make decisions. Without this understanding, it becomes nearly impossible to trust the outcomes produced by AI. Often referred to as black boxes, many AI systems operate in ways that are opaque and difficult to understand, even for those who designed them. This opacity can lead to a range of issues, from minor inconveniences to significant ethical dilemmas. For instance, if an AI system is used in hiring processes, its lack of transparency could result in biased hiring decisions that are difficult to identify and correct. This lack of transparency makes it challenging to identify and address bias, potentially perpetuating unfair or discriminatory outcomes. Moreover, it can erode public trust in AI technologies, making people wary of adopting these systems in critical areas like healthcare, finance, and law enforcement. Transparency is not just a technical requirement, but a societal necessity. Therefore, we must push for greater transparency in AI systems, making their decision-making processes clear and accessible to scrutiny. This involves not only technical solutions like explainable AI, but also regulatory frameworks that mandate transparency. By doing so, we can ensure that AI systems are fair, accountable, and trustworthy, ultimately benefiting society as a whole. Section 7. The Power of Partnership: Humans and AI Working Together. Rather than viewing AI as a replacement for human judgment, we should strive for a future where humans and AI work together in a complementary fashion. AI can automate repetitive tasks, analyze large datasets, and identify potential candidates, freeing up human recruiters to focus on what they do best: building relationships, assessing cultural fit, and making nuanced judgments about a candidate's potential. Section 8. The need for regulation and oversight. The rapid pace of AI development necessitates proactive regulation and oversight. Governments and regulatory bodies have a crucial role to play in setting ethical guidelines, establishing industry standards, and ensuring that AI systems are used responsibly and fairly. This includes investing in research and development to promote fairness and transparency in AI, as well as providing mechanisms for redress when AI systems cause harm. Section 9. The Future of Work: Balancing Efficiency and Equity. As AI continues to transform the world of work, we must strive for a future that balances the benefits of efficiency with the imperative of equity. This means ensuring that AI systems are not used to reinforce existing inequalities, but rather to create a more just and equitable society where everyone has the opportunity to succeed. Section 10. Striving for ethical AI, a shared responsibility. The ethical challenges posed by AI in hiring are complex and multifaceted, requiring a collaborative effort from all stakeholders. Tech companies, policymakers, researchers, and the public must work together to ensure that these powerful tools are used responsibly, fairly, and for the benefit of all. The future of work depends on our collective commitment to building ethical AI systems that promote fairness, opportunity, and human dignity.